Hello and welcome to Language Lesson Hub, the podcast where learning languages becomes fun, easy, and exciting. I'm your host, Nick, and today we're kicking off with English. Whether you're here to master English, Spanish, Italian, or Portuguese, this is the place to start. Each episode, we break down languages step by step, share practical tips, and help you speak with confidence. Let's dive in and start your English journey today.
And I'm Judy. We are so happy you are joining us for episode 2. Whether it's your morning, afternoon, or evening, we're here to make learning English fun and easy.
That's right, Judy. Today we have a very important topic. It's something you use every single day. We're talking about the present simple tense.
It sounds a little serious, present simple tense, but don't worry. It's one of the most useful tools for speaking English. We use it to talk about our habits, our daily routines, and facts.
Exactly. And we'll also show you how to use it to start conversations with new people. So, are you ready?
Let's dive in.
Okay, first things first. What is the present simple? As Judy said, we use it for a few key things. The first one is for habits, or things we do regularly.
Like daily habits.
For example, I drink coffee every morning. This is my habit. Every day I do it. So I say, I drink coffee.
And I walk in the park on Sundays. It's my weekly habit. So, I walk in the park. Notice the structure. It's just the subject, I, and the verb, walk. Simple.
Right. This works for I, you, we, and they. For example, you listen to this podcast, or we learn English together, or they play football after school.
That makes sense, but what happens if we talk about someone else, like a friend?
Great question, Judy. This is the one rule you have to remember. For he, she, or it, we usually add an S to the end of the verb.
Ah, the magic S. So instead of he walk, it becomes he walks.
Exactly. Or she drinks tea, not she drink tea. Or for an animal, it eats every day. This little S is very important.
Okay, got it. So I drink, but he drinks. We learn, but she learns.
You've got it. We also use the present simple for facts, things that are always true. For example, the sun rises in the east. You've got it. But English spelling can sometimes be a little tricky. The magic S is easy to say, but how we write it can change depending on the verb.
Right, that's a fact. Or water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. The sun is an it, so the verb rise gets an S, rises. That's a great point, Nick. It's not always just adding an S. What are some of those special spelling rules our listeners should know about?
Perfect. So to recap, we use the present simple for habits and routines and for facts. And remember the magic S for he, she, and it.
Now for the fun part. Let's talk about our daily routines using the present simple. It's the best way to practice. Nick, why don't you tell us about your morning?
Sure thing. Okay, so I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. First, I brush my teeth and wash my face.
Okay, I wake up, I brush, I wash, all present simple. What's next?
Then I go to the kitchen and make breakfast. I usually have eggs and toast. And of course, I drink my coffee. After breakfast, I read the news on my phone for about 15 minutes. Then I get dressed and I leave for work at 8:30.
That's a very organized morning. Notice, everyone, Nick used I, so the verbs have no S. I wake, I go, I read, I leave. Now, what about your cat? What does he do?
My cat, Ramon. Well, he is different. He sleeps while I make breakfast. He waits for his food. Then when I leave, he sits by the window and watches the birds.
Perfect, because we are talking about he. The verbs get the magic S. He sleeps, he waits, he sits, he watches.
Exactly. Now it's your turn, Judy. Tell us about your evening routine.
Okay. In the evening, I finish work at 6 o'clock. I come home and I cook dinner. I like to listen to music while I cook.
That sounds relaxing.
It is. After dinner, my husband and I watch a movie or a TV show. He always chooses the movie because I am bad at choosing.
So he chooses. There's that S again.
Yes. Then before bed, I read a book for 30 minutes. It helps me relax. I usually go to bed around 11 o'clock.
Great examples. Listeners, think about your own day. What do you do in the morning? What do you do in the evening? Try to make sentences like ours. Okay, so we know how to make positive sentences. I walk, she works. But what if we want to ask a question or say no to something? This is where we need two special helper words.
The helper words. These are do and does. They are super important for questions and negative sentences.
Right. Let's start with questions. The rule is simple. For I, you, we, and they, we use do at the beginning of the question. For example, Judy, do you like pizza?
Yes, I do. I love pizza. Notice my answer. Yes, I do. It's short and simple. I don't have to say, yes, I like pizza.
Exactly. Now for he, she, or it, we use does. For instance, does your husband like pizza?
Yes, he does. He loves it even more than I do.
Okay, one very important detail here. When you use does in the question, the main verb does not get an S.
Oh, right. This is a common mistake.
So we say, does he like pizza, not does he likes pizza. The S from likes moves to do to make does. Does all the work.
That's a great way to think about it. Now, what about negative sentences when we want to say no?
It's very similar. We use do not, which we usually say as don't, and does not, which becomes doesn't.
Okay, so for example, I don't drink coffee in the evening, and Nick's cat, Ramon, he doesn't like waking up early.
That's for sure. And the same rule applies here. After doesn't, the verb has no S. He doesn't like, not he doesn't likes.
Okay, let's do a quick practice round. I'll ask you a question. Nick, do you play the guitar?
No, I don't. I don't play any instruments. My turn. Does your sister live in this city?
No, she doesn't. She lives in a different country.
See? It becomes easy with practice. Just remember, do for I, you, we, they. Does for he, she, it. And no S on the main verb in questions and negatives.
Okay, now we know all the rules. Let's put it all together. How can we use the present simple to start a conversation with someone? This is so useful for making new friends.
It really is. The key is to ask simple questions about the other person. People usually like to talk about themselves.
Totally. A very common question is, what do you do? This is a polite way to ask about someone's job or what they do every day. Maybe they are a student.
Right. So if someone asks me, what do you do? I can say, I work at a radio station. I am a podcast host.
Another good one is, where do you live? It's a simple question to learn more about someone.
And you can also ask about their hobbies and interests. For example, do you like sports or what kind of music do you listen to?
Those are great conversation starters. Let's try a mini role play. Imagine we are meeting for the first time at a party. I'll start. Hello, I'm Judy.
Hi, Judy. I'm Nick. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Nick. So, what do you do?
I'm a podcast host. I talk about learning languages. And today, we are learning English.
Oh, that's really interesting. I am a teacher. I teach young children.
That's wonderful. Do you live near here?
Yes, I do. I live just a few blocks away. I walk here every day.
See how easy that was? We used what do you live, and we answered with the present simple. I am a teacher, I live.
Exactly. The key is to ask a question and then listen to the answer. That often gives you an idea for your next question.
And that brings us to the end of our lesson on the present simple tense. We've covered a lot today.
We sure have. Let's do a super quick recap. We use the present simple for habits and routines.
And for facts that are always true.
Remember the magic S on verbs for he, she, and it in positive sentences.
And we use the helper words do and does to make questions and negative sentences with don't and doesn't.
Your homework for this week is to practice. Try to describe your daily routine to a friend or even just to yourself in the mirror. Say 5 sentences about your morning.
That's a great idea. And if you feel brave, try starting a conversation with someone using one of our question starters. What do you do is always a good one.
Thank you so much for listening to the Language Lesson Hub podcast. We hope you found this episode helpful.
Join us next time when we'll be talking about the present continuous tense for things happening right now. Until then, keep practicing and have a wonderful week.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.